Hi, this is Victor, and this is my final project for my communication class. This is Pete. Over the past semester, I've learned so much about how I communicate, how I can grow, and what strategy works best for me. And in this video, I'll talk about 5 key findings from my self assessments, reflect on 5 concepts on what I've learned, and also share 6 ideas I'll use moving forward in my professional and personal life. So yeah, let's jump in. So part one of my video is the findings on my personal assessments. The first one I want to talk about is confirmation bias. And one of the first things I learned about myself is that I tend to, stick to ideas that align with mine, and that align with what I already believe, and this is called confirmation bias, right? For example, during class discussion posts, I realized I'd focus on opinions that matched mine and kind of ignore, opposing views. For instance, this was a wake up call because it showed me how much I could miss out uh, just by not considering other perspectives. And now I'm working on being more open and actually, seeking out different viewpoints. The second one I want to talk about is mindful listening practice. Was another big one for me. I noticed that while I can stay pretty focused in conversations, I have a bad habit of interrupting or, zoning out when things get stressful or fast paced. Practicing mindful listening taught me to, slow down and just really focus on what the other person is saying. And honestly, it's been a game changer for my relationships overall. The third one I want to talk about is cultural communication. This is a huge one for me because I've lived in a few countries. The first one was Brazil, Canada, and now the United States. And I've always adapted to different cultures, but I didn't realize how automatic it was until I did the cultural communication assessment. It just really showed me how unconsciously I adjust my communication styles just to fit cultural norms, I'd say. And knowing this has made me more like intentional about, bridging gaps and respecting differences. The fourth one I want to talk about is self-monitoring scale. And this revealed that I am good at, reading social cues and adapting to different situations. But it also, made me question how authentic I am in those interactions as well, right? This made me think a lot about balance, how I can adapt, while staying true to myself. And it's definitely something I want to work on moving on. The fifth one is the emotional intelligence test. And the emotional intelligence test highlighted that I am strong in empathy and social skills, but I struggle with managing my emotions under pressure. And it's really, hit home because I know how important it is to stay calm, especially in professional settings. It's something I'm actively trying to improve. Okay, well, for the second part, I want to do the reflections on class concepts. The first one I want to talk about is communication competence. And one of the first things we learned was about communication competence, right? Which is basically finding the balance between being effective and being appropriate. And it's not just something, it's not just about saying what you want to say, but doing it in a way that fits the situation and respect others at the same time. And that's been like a huge mindset shift for me because that's not how I used to think before taking this class. The second one is self-fulfilling prophecy, another really important one. And it made me realize how much my expectations shape my outcomes, right? For example, when I, went into interviews with a positive mindset for my internships this past summer, I did way better than when I was nervous or thinking I was gonna fail, right? And it's made me more aware of the power of my thoughts, I'd say, and how they influence my actions as well. The third one I want to talk about is nonverbal communication. Um, I've never realized how much nonverbal communication matters until until we covered in class, and things like eye contact, your posture, your gestures, how, like it makes a huge difference, right? And being more aware of my body language has helped me to, feel more confident and clear when I'm presenting, or talking to a group, for example. The fourth one is active listening, and has probably been one of the most practical skills that I've learned, because it's not just about hearing someone, but really, being there and making them feel understood. I've noticed that it's helped me a lot in group projects, overall, in multiple classes, and in personal conversations as well. The fifth one is cognitive complexity, one of my favorites, because it taught me to look at situations from multiple perspectives. It's been super helpful in group settings, again, especially when there are disagreements between members of the group. And instead of reacting right away, I've learned to take a step back and consider all sides before really responding. The third part is concepts and strategies for application. This one I really had fun, writing it down. The first one is the Joe Harry window insights that I got from the assignment, and I want to get better at asking people, especially people that matters to me, for feedback, and also share more about myself, to build trust with these people. It's a little outside of my comfort zone, my comfort zone, but I know it's worth it. The second one is mindful listening. In meetings or conversations, I'm going to make a real effort to stay present, take notes if I need to, and even summarize what I heard in the meeting before responding. This practice really helps me to stay focused, and makes the other person feel heard as well, right? The third one is nonverbal awareness. I'll pay attention to my body language, like standing tall, keeping eye contact, and staying open. It's a small thing that makes a big difference, especially during interviews for future jobs or a position within the same company. The fourth one is emotional regulation. In To manage stress better, I will use mindful techniques like deep breathing or quick meditation breaks, because it's already helping me to stay calmer in high pressure situations. The fifth one is self-fulfilling prophecy awareness, and I will set positive intentions or goals, I would say, to keep myself motivated and focused, especially as I prepare, for my career as I graduate in the spring 2025. The sixth one is cultural sensitivity, cultural sensitivity, and I will use my background to navigate, cultural differences and create more inclusive environments, especially when working with diverse teams in the future. And this semester has been such an eye opener for me. I've learned so much about myself, so much about self awareness, adaptability, and cultural sensitivity. And these themes have shaped how I see myself as a communicator. Again, I'm not from the United States. I was born and raised in Brazil, so communicating was always an issue for me, coming to the United States back in 2019. So these skills aren't just helpful now, but they'll also be key to my future success in my career, and also in my personal life. So yeah, thank you for watching. I had a great semester, and I'm extremely glad I took this class. Thank you.